you will notice by the very nature of how I run my classes, and if you follow me on Twitter, you'll notice that I really love badges. They're one of my favorite components of gaming. And I like them because they represent things that necessarily wouldn't get a grade. You might have a kid that is not going to make an A in English. I mean, that was just some of us. I'm probably not going to make an A in a math class. I have to try really hard. But there were things along the way that I was achieving. They weren't just fluffy things. They were actually academic. They were more like pieces of a bigger assignment. And so badges are a way to reward pieces along the way, and then you might earn a grade at the end or a certificate at the end. But you have different ways to display your badges. So lots of ways to display. One thing you could do, which you're going to get to practice in just a few minutes, is to embed in Sway. Each student could have a different Sway, and they could view each other's badges that way. You could just have a shared link in the collaboration space. And y'all, I know I'm saying a lot, but anything you don't get, that's what you have me for. I'm happy to help. You could have a team site. SharePoint, which is something that comes with Office 365, allows the creation of team sites. So maybe each guild has a team site and they display their badges that way. That's another possibility. You could have the students store them in the private sections of their notebook, or you could have them use it in their Outlook email signature. They would just use their snipping tool, like put all the badges together, all cutesy and stuff. Actually, I'll give you a bonus tip here. I don't know why I'm trying to write with the mouse, but anyway. Canva.com, not Canvas, but Canva.com does beautiful collages. So if your students would save their badges, then they could make a Canva collage and put that on their Outlook email signature. So that's just another little idea. So how do I make digital badges? PowerPoint is one option. You just go to the Insert Shapes menu, and these are some that were made through Shapes when we were doing some brainstorming for the MIE classroom. We're not using these anymore. But also, then you could send them out through a link. So for example, if you stored the PowerPoint badges on your OneDrive, then students could either claim them by going to a QR code, or they could, you could send it to them through a link. So store them online, and then they'll be easy to share. Or here's my favorite, people, CREDLY. I have made all of these icons. I made badges that you could possibly earn today if you're looking for Easter eggs. I've made badges for that on CREDLY. And so they use nouns or icons from the Noun Project, but you could also get any icon you want to use that you have rights to, and you can create your own badge. They're so beautiful. They can self-claim codes. Hello, I like anything students can do by themselves. And you can require evidence or not. My current thought is that if you would use forms, and I'm going to go ahead and recommend a site. It's called badgemyclassroom.com. I'm almost positive it's the link. badgemyclassroom.com. He has some really cool examples of how you could use evidence. And then these are just badges that I have made for different activities. So what are the badge options and what's the difference? First of all, there's PowerPoint. It's less modern. It's harder to self-redeem, but it does allow for more text. CREDLY is my favorite because it's more modern. They can self-claim it, lots of icons, even custom, but there is room for less text. And then here's how I applied badges to my American Road Trip theme, vanity plates. When I had so much fun, y'all, coming up with a theme for my class if I were still teaching this. So for American Road Trip, I thought vanity plates could be their badges, because then things like analyze that represent a person who's a deep thinker, or a person who's a leader could get born to lead. So I made those on imagechef.com, which you can see right here, and that is another cool site if you were going to look for custom images.